Hey guys, hope everything's going well. You guys know the drill. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and comment down below. Alrighty, today I wanted to get back into sports cards, and I'm going to touch base once again on Simone Biles, and going back to Simone Biles in my last video. So I still don't know why she decided to quit. One of the things that I read today was there's this one creeper guy named Nasser, this coach. He messed up a lot of these female athletes, specifically gymnasts. So Biles was also in contact with Nasser, unfortunately. And because of this, it may have created some sort of, crazy situation for her. So if she quit because of that, I could understand it. But if she quit because she couldn't handle the pressure, like I was mentioning yesterday, and the fact that she couldn't perform as everyone wanted her, then the comments from my last video will stand. And she's not going to touch base too much on the Nasser situation. So I'm not exactly sure where she's coming at. Secondly, I wanted to talk about what I'm going to do with my channel. I'm going to be doing sports cards and sports topics. I see some people saying that, hey, I I should stick to sports cards. Well, this channel is for both sports cards and sports topics. If you don't like it, well, you guys could go to another channel. This is just my hobby. I need a way to relax, and this is how I do it. And I like the fact that I'm getting people commenting, liking the button, even hitting the dislike button. That's fine. I just want to talk about sports as a hobby. I don't want to get into political stuff. Politics is the main reason why I started this channel. I wanted to get away from it, and I follow politics a lot in my own time. Okay, now back to sports cards, and specifically the Simone Biles situation. So, yesterday, as we know, she was talking about mental health issues, is the reason why she decided to step away. And as we see sports starting to deteriorate slowly but steadily, we see less people watching, which I'll talk about in another video. We're probably going to see more individuals just stop performing because of mental health. And some people are saying, hey, these guys need to get checked out, these athletes, that is. And sure, everyone needs to make sure that they're fine up here. But at the same time, many individuals in the middle class who are on the verge of losing their jobs, who are maybe living paycheck to paycheck, they don't have sympathy for these athletes. And my opinion is this could potentially be a risk for non-GOAT athletes. So if you're a Simone Biles or if you're an upper echelon athlete like LeBron James, it shouldn't affect the value of the sports cards. But anybody else, we're taking a risk when we're putting money in the latest star. That doesn't mean that they're going to have mental health issues, but it's just something that we should think about. And I remember listening to Jason Whitlock. He said that all these athletes now are in the age of Twitter. When you're in the age of Twitter, you don't live in the real world. You're getting hate from a lot of people. A lot of people are ripping into you. So it's much worse than the 80s and 90s where it was just only the newspaper media. They were ripping on you. Maybe someone on the radio was ripping you, but nothing like social media. You could see all the people hating on you on your phone. Back in the day, most people didn't have cell phones. And on top of it, you didn't get the internet on the cell phone. So when LeBron James goes home, he may be seeing all these messages on Twitter and all these comments, and you don't know. Is it driving them crazy? It could be. And if it's not a player like LeBron James, it could maybe drive them to do crazy things. Kevin Durant. I like Kevin Durant, the fact that he's involved in the sports card hobby, but he does weird things. He allegedly creates burner accounts to respond to his fans to show that it's not him. That's just crazy. That is absolutely crazy. As great of a player as Kevin Durant is, that's flat out nuts. Now, I wanted to look at, for instance, the Simone Biles effect in regards to her cards. She is still the GOAT. She won what? 4 gold medals, 1 silver medal, if I remember correctly, and she won a handful of other medals at other games. She definitely is on a different level than any other gymnast out there, female gymnast. And in terms of the sports cards, I don't think long term they're going to take a hit. I have talked about buying Simone Biles cards. I was buying a lot of them, I believe, in November and December, where it was quiet. I could have got, or I got some of these cards. This is the Sports Illustrated for Kids 2013. I think I bought 20 of these, and I bought it for about $3 a piece. And right now, it's a little more than that. But here's the deal: Sports Illustrated cards or SI for Kids cards, those are hard to cut. I tried to cut some Usain Bolt cards or some Sports Illustrated for Kids cards. The card got damaged. I think it was a Tony Hawk card. Secondly, I bought some ungraded cards, some raw cards, and PSA said, sorry, the card is too short. PSA is really strict when it comes to grading these cards. The other day, a PSA 9, no kidding, this was I think before the news came out of Biles. PSA 9 sold for over $2,000. The population size is not too high. And even with this news coming out, the population size matters here, and the demand still will be there. You have to remember when there's a GOAT athlete and the celebrities are backing her, you see the mainstream media, all of that crowd, they're defending Simone Biles, whether we like it or not. And you have to remember, athletes that are part of this go along, get along gang Kwame Brown talks about, they may be buying something or speculating in a card that has high demand and low population size. And with PSA is going to be grading much harder because of what I've talked about in the past. They want to have population control, in my opinion. And they're grading much stricter, and also probably to prevent people from sending them all of these cards. I'm going to look back at this one card, Simone Biles. I think I've showed you in a different video. There's a PSA 9 and Auto 10. I paid about $130 for this card. It's a 2016 Topps US Olympics. You could check it out again. Okay, so this population size, I believe, is 1. There's not many of these cards out there. You see a bunch of these raw cards getting sent out, but a lot of them aren't autoed, and a lot of them are not going to get the high grade as well, in my opinion. And this is, I think, the silver one, because a lot of these are bronze. If you look at the bottom, this is the silver medal one. A lot of them are bronze. And the thing is, when you have this low population size, and if you wait maybe 5 to 10 years, even with the market collapsing sports cards, this card will still hold value, in my opinion. If I paid $130, it should be at least $400, $500 if the whole system collapses. If I were to sell it today, who knows what I could get? Maybe over $1,000. I'm just basing it on, I had a Michael Phelps 2000, I think 3 or 2004 FG card, and it was once again a PSA 9 Auto 10, sold it on 4 sharp corners, $1,500. I bought it for $500, and I was buying when no one was really buying Olympic cards. Granted, we have to realize the Olympics is going to end in the coming weeks, so the prices are probably going to dip back again. And in my opinion, over a long period of time, even though Simone Biles did walk out, from an investing point of view, even a lot of people, if they don't like her, athletes, celebrities, they're probably going to buy it. Her card, probably the most scarce card out there. And it may work for Simone Biles. However, when it comes to an athlete that is on its way to becoming a Hall of Famer, this could potentially hurt the player's card value. So, in terms of this mental health issue, we need to be aware of those individuals that may be prone to these type of events. You have to see, once again, I told you about Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant does these weird things on social media. So, just from my investing perspective, I probably want to stay away from those individuals who are not on the top five of any sport. I probably want to avoid investing in them if they're very extravagant on social media, because that's a risk. I don't put too much money in individuals that are rookies or just first year, second year players because of an injury. I saw it firsthand here in Chicagoland with Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was supposed to be the second coming of Chicago, of all players. He was supposed to replace Michael Jordan, but he blew out his knee. Ever since then, the Bulls have sucked. Derrick Rose, while he may be with Thibodeau again in New York, he's not what he used to be. He was never going to be living up to what we thought when Jerry Krause drafted him. I think, what, 2007, 2008? Regardless, these are some important things, in my opinion, when investing or speculating in sports cards. I talked before about cancel culture, I talked about injuries, and now it's mental health. And we're probably going to see more individuals stop playing games, maybe a game or two, because of mental health. And it's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And because of that, if they're not a GOAT, if they're not a top five player, I don't want to take a part in these guys who are prone, who may be prone to having mental health issues. And you saw it with Osaka a few months ago, or maybe a month ago. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. Smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below, guys. Thanks. Bye.